Hello there, and welcome to Dualset versus Akuchi. I'm here in the top bracket as the bottom seed of the top bracket. So this is a quarterfinals. It's just an 8-person bracket. Just waiting for Aku to pick the set, I suppose. I don't really have much thought about it myself. I'll just see what they say and then go from there. I already have the player order inputted. We're just waiting for Aku to choose a set. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. They're set strategizing, or if they're just analysis paralysis for whatever. They're setting up the recording. Could be any number of things. Is that how this works? All right, in the end, I don't. It's Aku's fault. What should we do with adventures? It's got a fair amount of stuff. Let's try intrigue. Okay, so pretty limited trashing. You probably just open double gear, although you could put a silver in there with it, I suppose. Still likely to be worth building a decent amount. I mean, Duke especially and Replace are going to favor that since there's some attacking / alt VP in that angle. So I don't think province rushing is going to pan out. There should be time to build. I mean, I guess a build into emptying provinces works too, because Replace can of course empty the provinces. So maybe you don't have to delay greening necessarily, but you at least want to be able to play replaces consistently. Even if you're trying to empty the provinces quickly, that'll help you out there quite a bit. I mean, you can do conspirator stuff, though. Of course, it's a little awkward to get it set off. You need lost cities, so lost cities are going to be pretty important. You can probably fit in some storytellers along with some courtier stuff. Diplomat's going to be pretty tough all around. But lost city is going to be pretty important. Diplomat has some double types to work with, quite a few actually. But the middle bites are pretty awkward, right? Because there aren't a lot of 3s and 4s that you can just gain endlessly. So like even getting a replace right at the start is a bit weird. It's a pretty bad draw for Aku. You must have hit 2, 3 estate, obviously. I mean, you would at least take silver, presumably. We'll just make the estates miss. Go ahead and take a silver. I don't know that he's not clicking very quickly, which kind of suggests he may have sombreroed. Which is, great for me. Okay, they didn't sombrero. I mean, you would never not just click gear, but they're probably just thinking about their buy already. Okay, Aku also buys a lost city, which seems perfectly good. I have quite a few options. We'll probably just buy a lost city myself. At some point, you would be able to take a replace. And Conspirator on top isn't super awesome. Actually, like this is kind of tough. You may just throw a guide on top of this stage, or a silver, or potentially another gear, which is a little more friendly to collision. But like Conspirator on top is not super great. So I would be looking at guide silver gear. I don't think I would mess with Diplomat, even though there's like some chance of activation from replace, but it doesn't feel worth it to me in the long run. They go with a guide, that seems totally reasonable to me. I am going to put a lost city on top and then Seaway conspirators. not super clear that you want to see with a conspirator now, but as long as, I mean, with a couple lost cities in the gears, activation isn't like so awfully hard. Certainly it's not free or anything like that, but this is pretty bad as far as a draw goes. Still workable, of course, but I've not hit an estate yet. I'll get one this turn. I'll be able to play Lost City, replace an estate into Conspirator drop, play the Conspirators out, and then play my gear and have a pretty good amount of money. But maybe still the half turn from first player behind. Not super clear. Guess they bottom deck to replace. This is again a little bit of an awkward spot to have to put a Conspirator on top, but you probably are fine with doing it. It can be, I mean, not dud. I mean, they can guide, so it's probably not a duddy kind of chance. Yeah, it should be fine actually, since they have the guide. Unfortunately, I'm going to replace one estate in a Conspirator, then it's very likely that the other ones don't. That the Conspirators are just gone before I get to do another one. Seems pretty likely. I wonder if they get Courtier yet. I think you probably don't. But maybe? I don't know, you can't replace into it that easily. So there's certainly something to be said for getting Courtier now. And there's some appeal there anyway. 10 would be nice to have 10 and you go Courtier Lost City. Okay. We did whiff here. So we didn't find the, I guess the only thing to find was the other Conspirator. Well, and a little bit of money, right? We could have ended up with $4 more. It's Conspirator, copper down in the bottom. Yeah, I doubt there'll be any Conspirators left on my turn. So unfortunately, the last estate doesn't do a whole lot. Or I have two, yeah, the two estate. Yeah, that was kind of rough to get almost nothing out of my replace estate plays. I mean, I guess Aku isn't all the way there yet, but it should be pretty easy to get there. Yeah, they must have not had the Lost City, but they drew into it, so. This will be tough to make any dent on this lead. Aku could leave another Conspirator, I guess. Could go Lost City, Courtier, Conspirator. I think you do get a Courtier now. I mean, you can take both the conspirators if you want, but which isn't unreasonable. I mean, the replace play for me gets quite a bit worse if you do that. I probably just go curse into a state. And that's not totally clear. I may still need to get money. I mean, cantrip plus buy. I mean, grand market for 4 is a reasonable buy anyway. There's some world where they have draw issues, though. I don't know exactly what got set aside. Maybe they set aside a Lost City. So maybe draw issues are pretty unlikely, but... I didn't even... Oh yeah, I already played the gear. 13 or 12. They're not... None of them are great. 13 is a little better. This is pretty bad that I bottom deck Conspirator Lost City. That's quite unfortunate, actually. Because it means I just basically don't play the replace. Which is really unfortunate. Some sad... well, that was a sad bottom deck Conspirator Lost City. We'll see. It's not over. It's just in a bad spot. They're going to have gains and buys, or just money and buys advantage. So... not really much of a draw issue. It's basically just on the back of some replacement. I don't know actually what the difference was. To point to, now I'm more than just like a turn behind, right? I'm like a full, or the half turn, I'm like a full turn and a half, maybe 2 turns. So it's quite a bit different than just the first player part, but Aku could even double. Like, you could honestly go double in Lost City, but you could go single Lost City gear or something like that. I mean, you get more than that even, right? You can go Lost City. You could go like double you could go Lost City replace gear province. That seems pretty okay. Yeah, or double. I think double will work fine. I mean, I don't think that's really a problem. I'm still not even gonna find the gears. Maybe. I bottom deck a gear. I bottom deck 2 gears, didn't I? That's unbelievable, actually. This next turn probably duds even. I don't think there's even really a play for me here. Like, this doesn't help me. Unless they full stop. If they full stop, it helps me okay, but I think they had a Lost City on the mat anyway, so yeah, bottom deck 2 gears. I had awful bottom decks this game. I guess they're out of conspirators, or you would think they would play them. I'm not sure what the puzzle there was for, but I can eat up enough of the VP here that it doesn't matter. I could have bought I guess I could have bought duchies, but it's just not gonna matter. They can mill and, or okay, they're just gonna pile out. Yeah, that's fine too. Like there was just nothing. For me there. With the series of bottom decks. All right. I gotta think. Oh, whatever. I'll just say Nocturne. I love it. This is just first to 2.5, so it could be fairly quick. Probably Pixie. Well, this has just got nothing. In all honesty. Some idle stuff, I suppose. And some Pixie stuff. But you can't even have Guardian against idle, so there's not a lot. You can do some library things. Just there's no engine. Whether they end up having... This is pretty bad draw too. Maybe you take idols just to give them... You might take the gold here, actually. It seems not unreasonable to me. They take gold, probably by Pixie. Gold Pixie there seems quite reasonable. Okay, it's just a trash. That still seems reasonable. This doesn't seem valuable. I still don't hit 5, so this next hand will have 5 in it, but pretty kind of stupid. Burner is dumb here. I guess I made my goat miss too. It's all pretty bad. Not happy. I may keep the estate. This is bad too. I don't know if you take Guardian at some point. I mean, if you get a boon that gives you buy and it's free, then that makes sense, which isn't too unlikely. I mean, if you get Alms, whatever, not Alms, Earth Gift, or the Forest Gift, then it could happen quite easily, but... Of course. So stupid. So mad. So mad right now. They probably go Guardian Province. They're gonna win this game. Quite easily. I mean, it's not guaranteed. They may go double idle. I think the library was a reasonable buy, but maybe a little premature to go province, but You go crypt, which I think was a little weird. This isn't. I could have put on. I could have put on a. I think I didn't really like the crypt that much. That may work out. I mean, if they have a crypt here, it's quite nice. So, probably in pretty bad trouble. The silvers are sort of tempting, but I think I think I'm gonna need some other stuff to make it happen. A great library idol combination there. They may go Pixie Guardian here. Oh, that's probably more than $4, but Guardian Province seems. They go with Pixie. It's interesting. I am a bit surprised they didn't take a Guardian there. Now I have a little points lead. I don't know that it'll last, but gonna buy a Duchy. Yeah. Oh, I mean, it wouldn't be a bad gold, but may not have the money to actually make this work out. The Duchy dancing is gonna be pretty well favored towards Aku. I guess the good news is their crypt's about empty, and then maybe they get some bad crypts. I'm not sure. The crypt library thing isn't super working out, though they're probably gonna hit province here, of course. Probably trash a curse too, yeah. I am again bottom decking a bunch of junk. This is not a great Pixie activation. It's fine, but they can't really take province now. Guess if they curse me, they can. Buy Duchy. I don't remember what the last card is. There's a lot of bad boons to get now. Okay, this one's alright. I still am not in agreement. Well, the crypt came off turn 12. They haven't shuffled yet. So, whoops. So that's something. Guess there's some world where I would probably, I'm not probably getting to 3-point gardens. Probably not worth getting the gold. This is the last pixie. That was quite nice. I don't know if I trash coppers at this point. It's a little tough. It's pretty unclear to me. But anyway. Do we just dance down the gardens and the curses? Someone may be pretty willing to buy the province, like Vodka is 8 here. I don't have any money. I have almost no money. So they have a gold. They have, I think they got one silver. So they're just gonna delay a little bit. Which seems totally reasonable. I didn't even hit. Now I'm gonna have to take province against a decent crypt. Though they only get to pull one off at a time, so it's not the biggest deal, but like I'm just gonna have to take province. Almost certainly. I mean, I could double gardens here. Guess. Aku gets the last gardens. Unfortunately, I don't know where the card counts are at now. Gold, or Aku didn't take gold. Like double gardens puts me at 36 probably. Well, not probably, it does. I don't have 30 cards yet. And then what are we buying? We're just buying estates. If Aku will get the last gardens. So then we'd both be at 36. But Aku may be... I don't know who's closer to... I don't know what their deck size is. Who's closer to 30. Who's more likely to get there is not also... That's probably just kind of random. If I've been tracking their deck better, these choices would all be a lot easier, but I just am not. So I don't really, like, we know they can pull a gold off the crypt. They may have poachers, I don't really know. No, that stuff missed. They don't have a lot, so they're not super likely to get to province. I mean, they could. I'm only at 27. I thought the library was gone. Apparently the library was not gone. And they're at like 23. Okay, they're further away from the gardens being up. For whatever that's worth. They did pull a gold off, which is nice for me. I mean, there's a chance I get there here. I can at least get the gardens. For whatever that's worth. This could get there. I'll take this in any case. Okay, they just upped their gardens, unfortunately. Do the estates matter? Is there a world where they can empty the curses? That brought gardens up. I guess I could have bought the curses and that would have been closer. Good about if I'd known, I could have bought the curses and then I don't know, I'd go down to 43. They could buy a state to match it. Night Watchman, I don't know that Night Watchman does it. Yeah, that won't work. The 3 pile is not trivial here. I mean, I can eventually buy enough estates, or buy estates into the point where they have to buy estates. That's possible. I don't know how good the Night Watchman is. It can't really be that good for me. I just don't have cards to reveal. They may have already revealed Province. If I gotten Earth's Gift here, and if I'd had a treasure in hand, I could have won, but probably then, discard 3 cards. Well, okay, the Night Watchman could be anything for them. Oh no, that's bad. That's awful for me. That's probably they win. No. And they may buy a state. Ugh. This is such a funny game. And I guess you can keep buying Night Watchman. Now, when they find a crypt, the crypt again, that's going to be a bit of a problem. Unfortunately, I'm just never gonna. If I just had a treasure with that idol, could have taken the curses. At some point, I guess we do start buying. I mean, there's a. Now I'm not going to be able to buy the curses, even if I get a Forest Gift. I can go like double estate. Or Night Watchman, Guardian, something like that. They didn't have crypt, so again, not the most. I guess this just is 8. Miraculously. What a dumb game. Alright. I take game 2. That was such a stupid game. We'll go all new. Okay, we've got Grim Batting. Ooh, Way the Chameleon. Though not. No, there's Livery. So what we don't have are. No, we got everything. There's nothing we don't have. Do you know if you go Bounty Hunter Star Chart? Probably. You can do Cargo Ship. Also. I guess there's not a great deal of. There's no alt VP, so. Again, there's maybe something to getting provinces pretty quickly. There's probably a deck that you can build here that is decently good at holding duchies, though. There's plenty of drawn gains and such, so. Still a little bit annoying. I don't know, it's gonna be quick. Aku does go with the cargo ship. Not clear to me. Guess you don't have to take a bounty hunter as well. This is sort of a funny one. I could risk it that the estate is in the bottom 3. It's just a little scary. If they'd found cargo ship here and gotten a recruiter in this draw, this would have been pretty amazing. Obviously star chart for me is just like if they buy the and they drew 3 coppers off it, so okay. Yeah, I'm probably in real trouble. I don't know. Yeah, I like the spices fine. Not super clear. You could overbuild here for sure. Good reshuffle for me for sure. Good reshuffle for Aku too though, so. I wonder what they do. Having the spices already is quite nice. I think you just go double 5, do like livery spices or livery swashbuckler, I don't know. It's not really too crazy to even go double spices and hit the provinces really quickly. I've already gotten 3 cards removed, and then certainly a livery wouldn't be bad for that either, so like spices livery seems fine. You don't have to go full on deck draw. There's no gain in play, or not really any exciting gain in play, I should say. So, I mean, there's a little bit of stuff you can do with Groom, but anyway. The Grim is maybe a little premature by them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8, or I can have 6. Or 8 or 7. Just totally fine. At some point you need to figure out how to fuel stuff. If you want to go gains, I mean, you can groom for like silvers and then you recruit, but still you don't net a huge amount off that. So I don't know how you get really, I mean, you can groom for things. Groom for 4s is probably pretty good. Recruit those. That probably works fine. I'm still not like super clear on the I could just take this, have 10. You probably want to move. We put on some horses. We put on the recruiter. This is okay. And then we go livery spices here. We think about greening maybe. We can maybe get to double. Maybe do livery recruiter. I need another buy. Maybe go, I don't know. You can like get a bunch of the grooms if you want. And then it gives you some estate optionality and just some pile out threat in general. Gonna be pretty low on money. They're gonna do a bit of the grim stuff here. I've got four terminals. It's a pretty interesting board. It would be cool to have 3 buys this turn, but it's just not gonna happen. Because I could burn a little extra draw to get yeah, I like those buys. Oh, they exiled a horse. That's cute. So that was the way they made their money there. That was nice. So there's, I don't need a huge amount. There's livery spices, probably another horse. The bad thing here would be bottom decking the other livery, but this is okay. This should be fine. Gotta think. This didn't really work the way I wanted it to. But that's okay, I'll just keep. Aku's big advantage is that he has 2 recruiters, of course. My big advantage is that I have, I guess, an extra livery at the moment. I don't know how much. Well, you can trade them out either way, right? This is going to become about manipulating around like triple province, I think. I don't think we're going to get to a pile out stage. The Grims and the Estates could run in theory, but I guess there may be a point where someone they just have a single groom. And they just have a single groom. What I was going to say is they may get to a point where I guess someone could have threat on bounty hunters too, but that's not so likely. But triple province is definitely. So I had 5 coppers. Now I have 3 liveries, so 5. Well, I guess the money can always be a lot higher. You up convert horses to money at some point. Yeah, I guess if you can get to a point where you can double and then triple, you're in pretty good spot. Which I maybe can do. Don't know exactly how much money Aku's putting out this turn. But if I can go double into triple, then that's okay. That's pretty good. I don't know how good, but it may still lose to like. I mean, it may still lose to some stuff. Aku's does the bounty hunter, so they can keep. They can do bounty hunter exile horse, which at the end of the game isn't like extra money because you would just chameleon the horse and maybe bounty hunter or something else. But right now it does up their economy a little bit. I don't know if they can double into triple. They may be able to. That may not be a huge problem for them. I don't know what I can do that can beat that. I guess I could try to triple immediately. Hope they can't quad. They just single. Can they quad? they can't quad. No, I don't know. Maybe they can quad. That's the question. Single and a quad is obviously totally winning too. But triple is not for them. If I double. In fact, it's probably losing. I may be badly overestimating what I can do as well. But in any case. I don't think they quad, right? How many horses did they end up with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe enough to quad. They bought a livery. Pretty annoying. I just have to double, which seems reasonable. 9 and then 9, 18. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's the cargo ship as well. What do I have if I play everything? Could get a spices too. Or another recruiter. Okay, so I'm at 6, 11, 15. Can be at 19. Quite easily. 15, 17. I can be at 19. Well, we want to be up to 20 at least. What do I 13, 15, 17, 19. Go to 21. We could go province spices. I don't think Gakko can pile. I don't know if Aku can quad, then more power to him. Piling out seems to be on the scope, though. Quad puts them at 39, and I would need 27, which is 27 duchies, or if I get 3 states, 6 duchies. Yeah, that's... If they can quad, we're just lost. Hopefully they don't have... How many horses did I end up with? I had 4, drew 1, and played it. So there's 3. The rest I had played out, so 3 plus another 4, 7, 10, 13, 16 horses. Seems low, but they had... Well, there were 3 left, 14. So they had 11 horses. So they have 4 unplayed. 1, 2, 3. They have 4 unplayed horses. I don't think they can quad. I have 3 grooms. There are 2 in the trash. They have 4 grooms. So there's still 7 horses out there. 6 horses out there. Like 12, 18, 21, another... I mean, they're not... They can net a little bit of draw on these plays here. Or on these groom plays, they can net a little bit. And I don't... It may be enough to get them to 4. To get them to quad. There's still seven horses, so that's $14. 14, 23, 26. The spices 30. Oh, that's already 22 or 32. Yeah, they just have quad. Yeah, unfortunately they could do the gain and play to up their money sufficiently there. Don't know that I had a play though. I'm pretty sure, unless I've miscounted the horses, which I would love to be wrong about. And I wasn't even counting their copper yet, so I'm pretty sure they have quad, which I think quad is totally winning. Although I did totally miscount the money or the points when I talked about that earlier. They would only have 31. What did I say they would have? I think I did quad 8-point provinces. They'll have 31. They may have a groom left that they can get an estate on. Or they may have some grooms left still. I think they do in fact have 2 groom plays, so they could probably get to 33. So then I would need 21, which is 6, 5. I mean, it's still more duchies than I can get. I just don't have enough buys. It's just too many. I can only, at max, at best I can do 3 duchies, province, 3 estates, which I probably can do, but that's only 18 points. So that's not going to work. I think they still have grooms left, and I think they have enough money. 14, 23, 26 plus 6, 32. They have some coppers. They won't have to even spend the coffers. So they can just groom for estates. It's totally safe. I'm sure they're just double counting stuff, but it's totally safe. They don't even actually have to get more than one estate. Now they're just getting putting some horses on top. In fact, they probably should burn coffers rather than play horses here. They should get an estate. If they don't get an estate, I can tie. But yeah, this is... And now they have like a bunch of horses on top. So I'm basically pinned out here. I have 4 buys, and then the grooms. 3 grooms, I guess, can get 3 estates, so that's so nice greening by them. I don't know if there was a point where I had really a player on that, or if I was pretty much just boxed in at that point. What kind of sets are left? I guess I'll say empires. I don't know. It just means we play an Empires game because Guilds is too tiny to show up, basically. Maybe we'll get the unlikely roll and have a bunch of Guilds cards. We did. We did, actually. All right. Okay. We don't have. Well, there is stone. You can always stonemason for that. Well, at least it has crown. I mean, I don't know that it's gonna happen, but. All right. So we got tower. In advance for stuff. Probably reasonable. I don't know if it's worth what I'm thinking about doing, which is Enchantress overpay patricians, but it might be interesting. This was not a great draw. I guess we could do it again, though at some point you don't care so much about. At some point you don't care so much about the I mean the 5th patrician. If I guess I could have bought it over. Just bought it over. I don't know, you get an archive, I suppose. Archive or crown. Probably archive. Okay. We didn't draw the thingy, and we're not going to. But we could wait. Just buy a second Enchantress. Just cycle a little bit. I don't know that the Enchantress attack is especially moving here, but bit of a weird board. They do hit their archive, which is really nice. I'm probably gonna reveal mine with advisor. Well, find it, Patrician. No, you didn't find it. Patrician not doing its job. You can get to 7. Guess getting to 7 is a little bit hard. Before you have a gold, I mean, it's not impossible. Well, now it's impossible. This turn, anyway. I was thinking it might be nice to get... I mean, the best thing would have been Stonemason Crown Soothsayer, but that's not happening. So... that becomes a little sad. Do they want an Enchantress play, maybe? Could be. Now, if they have the gold in hand, giving them this Stonemason is really bad. They don't have the gold. And I let them cycle some there, but... if I'd drawn the advisors, then I might have gotten to 5 normal and I wouldn't have had to... do it this way, but... I need more archives. For sure. This should at least draw a patrician that I can crown. Or whatever that's worth. I just know I have a Stonemason of my own, which I need. Need to overpay here. If I can. I guess I could stop. Well, this could, I could just stop and overpay. They probably have another gold, right? They haven't shuffled yet. No, they don't have another gold. It's a funny board. It's really tough. It's a really tough board to get anything going. And then someone is gonna sort of get going, and then they kill their stonemason. Don't like that too much. I do like this. Really nice to get that other archive play. They no longer have they probably take the last two archives here. Would be my guess. I don't know. I may get nowhere out of this quite easily. He'll give me the crown, but which is correct. I think they'll give me the crown. I think it would be wrong to not. I would love to trigger the shuffle. Yeah, that's a mistake. Mostly on the back of the shuffle. I mean, this is just all kinds of junk. So I don't know that I can get, sufficiently cleaned up here in time for it to matter. But we do have a 3-pile approaching. I don't know, maybe that was wrong to give them the gold, but I felt like limiting draw there. This is rough. I don't even know what I give there. This could be losing, actually. Well, not immediately. Well, maybe immediately. They didn't go for it, so it's not losing immediately. How many curses do I have? Like 5? 4 or 5? I think I have 5. So if I get 5, 4. Okay. This is a little bit of something, I suppose. I think all this stuff will still just, the deck is too messy. At this point. Fortunately, Aku played quite a few hey, look at that patrician, incredible. I didn't hit 7 here, which, well, it wouldn't really help me that much. What can I play for here? Is there anything? It's not really, is there? I mean, I can play for patrician point. I mean, there are ways to score here. That's not exactly the problem. I think the issue is mostly scoring without immediately losing. Which I'm not sure how to do. There's some pilouts that don't even involve emptying the things. And also, like, the advisor point probably doesn't score me all that much. Like, a little bit, but not a bunch. Like 3 points or something. And then they can empty maybe the curses, maybe the stonemasons. Doesn't take a lot to empty the stonemasons. It would be awesome if we had, if we could, like, start threatening the emporiums. We just don't have the money to do it. Or the crowns to make it happen. There's like no way this is the play. Don't know if Aku will just be done immediately, or, well, he played a stonemason, so that makes it considerably less likely to just be over. Straight up over anyway. I still just can't actually draw a deck or anything. Just not possible. They didn't do anything though, so that's something. What isn't something is that I drew that, or that they got the enchantress down. That's not something. Okay. I don't know if I need to net actions or not. Probably not if the advisor is. Maybe? I guess the thing to do is not pretend that this is gonna get anywhere. Well, this is pretty good. This reveal is. Aka is 1 curse right now, so their score would go up by 1 and mine would go up by. Well, if I empty, it depends on how it goes about, but 1, 2, there's 7 gone too, so my score could go by 5. Okay. That's something. I don't think I have enough stonemasons. I mean, I could stop here. I could just crown or stonemason the patricians and get decent amount of stuff here. This advisor play is probably misplay. Get the crown. Can we win? No. But not a million miles off of it. Well, sort of a million miles off of it. We do have to still keep playing for the more. I mean, unless there's a win right now, so we could get the Emporiums. The problem is we're not going to have enough to empty another pile. We get pretty close. How do we play to get further? How do we play to win? What does that look like? How do we do this so that we're not opening up just an immediate 3 pile? Now do we? Yeah, that doesn't. I wonder if a wild hunt is in the should have been gained. I think we just lower and hope that their turn is sufficiently bad. I mean, it's not super hard for them to pile out. If they can get a stonemason. So we'll see. I mean, like, that's my assumption, is that they just win now. But I needed to have more draw in the deck so that I could at least pretend to have a chance. I don't actually have any sort of chance here, but because this is still like a million curses. And I really do need Crown this time, and I don't have it at the start, so that's going to be extremely hard to draw. From this hand, it's basically impossible. They just have to get a stonemason and they'll be able to pile out. I think. Didn't check it, but certainly with 2 stonemasons it's trivial. Like, I have to lower. I don't know if I have to lower exactly in the way I did, but I have to lower some. There's just no... Oh my word. Okay. This still is not going to get there. Not this turn anyway. I don't know what the order to play all this stuff is in. We need to get some... I mean, what did they do? They archived a bunch. They may just be on by province again. I mean, they didn't set aside stonemason stuff. They didn't lower, so if I don't lower, I can get a few different... I could get patricians or whatever. I mean, I need the patrician to, like, reveal a crown. Drawing a crown works pretty well, too. It's at least something. This is in case they're forced to give me a crown. This is not... I guess it's okay, I don't know. This is pretty good to get 2 advisors out of it. The draw just still isn't all the way there. I don't think it's gonna quite be there. They did give me 2 crowns here. So this is something. How many crowns have I discarded? 2? That's all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the other ones. What are the two? What do I need to win? We'll need almost certainly to do Soothsayer Gold. I would guess we're gonna need those 6 points back. The question is whether we tried to empty the Emporiums or not. Probably that one's a no. We do Crown Advisors and Stonemasons. We get 9 on Crown. Or we get 8, rather. We'd make up 8. We're not quite there, are we? Because we didn't draw the... Well, it depends on what's revealed. Well, even then, I don't know that we're there. Because it feels like we need a little more overdraw to make it happen. So we don't want to play the Soothsayer if we're not getting there. What does Crown and Advisor score us? We score 8, and then they have 1, 2, 3. I mean, that one probably scores us 5 or so. Curses can score us. There's 7 curses gone. I've played them, given them 2. I have 5. That scores me 5. So 5 plus 8 plus something, 13. Can we get the Stonemasons as well? That's the thing we need overdraw for. Because we can do... Yeah, that's what we need overdraw for. We need the Wild Hunt in hand. I mean, I guess we don't have to do the estates. What is this? How many Stonemasons would we have? We'd have 7 to... There are 3 and 2 and there's 7. 7 to 1, so that would be 6. So we could do 6, 8, 14, some number. Plus the Soothsayer would score a couple. That would give us... We wouldn't empty the curses. Well, that's more. Well, maybe it's not. It'd be 2 more points. 2, 8, 10. Whatever I said that was 7, 17. The visors are at least worth. Or that probably works. I just don't know that we'll draw the golds. I think is the problem. I think you can whiff. Well, I know you can whiff drawing the golds. I did not actually know that that would work. Yeah, I mean, I know all you need was stonemasons. All right, so this is the final game, unless we tie. Don't really know what sets are left. Okay. Cornucopia. What can we play? I don't know what's a newer set. We did Adventures. We did Empires. We did Nocturne. We did all the new stuff. Guess I'll do Dark Ages. I just want something with some stuff in it. Okay, we do have Rebuild, and it's probably playable. Rats is pretty bad. There's not actually much here. You probably open. You could do Storm, Silver, or Scavengers. I mean, Storm doesn't make a lot of sense. You probably do Silver, Scavenger. There is Fairgrounds, but no draw to speak of. Guess you can do Beggar Storeroom as draw. I don't think that's gonna pan out for you versus rebuild. Maybe it does. I mean, what would you build towards? You would build towards Fairground stuff, but it'd be very messy. But you could build towards just to contest on some of that stuff, I guess. I'm not really sure. Doesn't really seem like there's a lot. Like, what do you do? I mean, you could play for just getting provinces, I guess, but it seems pretty uninteresting, unlikely. Horse Trader's, of course, a little better at hitting 5. And then, you know, obviously, Scavenger doing a little bit more here for cycling stuff, I guess. I mean, if you draw your rebuilds off the top or your Ironmonger hits OE and you play, I mean, I don't know, he may not have 5 again here, but this is more money, of course, than I wanted to draw, but this was a really, really good draw, though. I'll probably just buy Duchy. Oh, I mean, I'm a little jealous of the Horse Traders. It's certainly better for... If they go for a 3rd rebuild, which is like... I think I won't. Really bad reveal there for me, though I think I get another Duchy buy at the bottom here, so it's not so bad. I don't know whether I want to contest Duchies or just take the Fairgrounds. They're not especially different. I don't know where my advantage lies, I guess. Probably on the Duchies being gone. Not super clear to me. There's good draw for Raku. What? That's nonsense. I mean, if he draws like that, I can't win. You can't beat. Well, I don't know if they got a bad shuffle or not, but like if they flip like that, you just can't beat it. You actually cannot. I don't know. I don't have any estates now. The duchies are reasonably likely to just disappear. They do go for fairgrounds. I mean, this gives me some chance of getting another duchy. This was almost province, but unfortunately, what's left is like rebuild. Well, one rebuild. It doesn't matter. I get to shuffle it in. But I can't get the last duchies here. I don't know if Aku has any estates. 5 of them been bought. Wait, no, there's more in the pile from the beginning. No, there isn't. That's stupid. 5 have been bought, 3 have been trashed. I think he's stuck with some estates. Which is good for me. At least if we get a points lead, it's good for me. If we don't, then not so much. If there are 3 rebuilds in this hand, I'm out. That's unbelievable. Where was this? I mean, this wasn't a good hand, but I guess he had 2 bad hands before he found the everything. Oh my gosh. Did flip that. So that's not so good. I guess I could consider buying an estate. I mean, Aku could just straight up win. I gotta figure out. They may not actually have anything but estates and provinces, in which case I should buy an estate. Well, they're first player, so it ties. Oh, yeah, that's why I should buy the estate. Okay, so I have 1 province. Right? And 5 duchies. So they have no duchies. They have nothing except for provinces that can go into province. So they can't score until they buy a fairgrounds. They can't play rebuilds until they buy fairgrounds. Here I have a scavenger. Is there a pile out available? What do I buy? The 1 estate was kind of important. I guess the second one in case they buy one, but kind of bad. I assume you discard the rebuild. The rebuild is useful if they resign. Don't they? Can't they still have some chance of buying 3? Buying a fairgrounds? I guess it's just they're afraid it takes too long. Do they not want to even try to buy the fairgrounds? I don't know. I mean, it wasn't a likely out, but it was still possible. It wouldn't have taken too much longer to play out. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. I guess I advance to the next round, and that'll be the semis. I don't know who I play, but I will catch y'all later.